Good morning, students. Welcome to all 4 e-learning classes. Today we are going to learn from economics first year, unit 6th, theories of distribution. In the last class we have seen what are the 4 factors of production, how they get their returns. We have seen functional distribution and personal distribution. Under the functional distribution, we have seen how the land gets its rent, how labor gets its wages, and how capital gets its interest and organizer his profits. Under personal distribution, we have seen what are the reasons of income inequalities. So, all factors do not get the same level of returns. In some of the production lines, something plays vital role and it gets more rent. Okay. When it comes to land and its rent, there are plenty of theories. Out of them, the important theory is being given by David Ricardo. Under his theory, it is being called as the Recordian Theory of Rent. The Recordian Theory of Rent. David Ricardo given his own law why rent is given to the land. That's why it is called as Recordian Theory of Rent. Yeah, this law is also having assumptions, and on those assumptions criticisms that we will see later. But we will see first what is the theory of David Ricardo. So David Ricardo belongs to classical economist group. According to him, always the rent is a differential surplus. Differential surplus. What is meant by differential surplus? The amount which the landowner collects on the difference of his grade of land. Whatever additionally it produces, that additional product will become the rent of the land. That is according to David Ricardo. So let us say there are different types of lands. We accepted that all lands are not same. We will see that in the assumptions. Okay, and when all lands are not same, every land output will not be the same. So the land which produces more and the land which produces less, the difference in between these two lands, A grade land, B grade land. A grade land produces more, B grade land produces less. This difference is becomes the rent. That is being theorized by David Ricardo. So that amount is differential surplus. So according to David Ricardo, land have different qualities and different indestructible powers which cannot be destroyed. That type of power is in the land. Indestructible power. Due to this power, some lands produces more, some lands produces less. That gap in between less and more will becomes the rent. So rent is differential surplus. That we are going to discuss here under the theory of David Ricardo or the Recordian Theory of Rent. This is a very important topic. Okay, now according to him, how this differential surplus happens and how different grades of lands will produce different rents, we are going to discuss now. Okay, I can draw this after starting the class, but it is all going to be a time waste. Instead of wasting the time like that, I put everything on the board and I'll explain you one after another. According to him, see here, this is a piece of land. Due to the increasing in the population, let us consider, due to the increasing in the population, people want to go for new lands for cultivation, because as the population increases, food necessity also increases, requirement for the food grains also increases. when the requirement increases, we need more land to cultivate and increase the output of grains. For that, let us say a group of people went to a new area. In that new area, they seen one place which is suitable to agriculture. Okay, see here. Now let me show you the example. Here is water flowing. There is a river system. So near to the river system, the fertile lands are occupied by the people of A grade land. This land is called A grade land because near to the river system, and this land is fertile. So first batch which went to this area will occupy A grade land. These are the land grades which we have shown: A grade, B grade and C grade. So A grade landowners, they started dividing that area in between them, and they started cultivating the grains. For the grain cultivation, expenditure, that is a cost, is 6,000 rupees. Whether it is A grade land, B grade land or C grade land, we are going to put the same quantity of fertilizers and expenditure on the pesticides and seeds. Everything is going to be the same. The expenditure is same, 6,000 rupees cost. By spending 6,000 rupees cost from each land piece, let us say 10 acres of land. From 10 acres of land, they got 250 bags of paddy. 250 bags of paddy because it is a A grade land. What it is? It is an A grade land. On the best land, by spending 6,000 rupees of cost on seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, labor, everything, they got 250 quintals or bags of output. Okay, this when they want to sell in the market, they have to sell this product in the market. I will repeat this all again so that you can understand easily. Okay, so at first the people went to this new land which is being invented by this people. They occupied A grade lands which are near to the river system so that they can have enough water and the land is fertile. So they started making small pieces of land and they started cultivation. On this A grade land, they spent 6,000 rupees and the output is 250 bags. When they want to sell this product in the market, they will sell this near to the average cost. Average cost is going to be the price. They want to have average revenue equals to average cost. You know, P is equal to average revenue. In the market also you have seen, previously in the production analysis also you have seen, P is equal to AR always. So they want to sell their product near to the average cost. So what is the average cost per each bag? How do you get the average cost? Total cost divided by total quantity. Then you will get the average cost. Total cost divided by quantity, that is in the bags. Then you will get average cost. So what is the total cost? 6,000 rupees is the total cost. And what is the quantity? 250 bags. 6,000 total cost is being divided by 250 physical bags quantity. Then what is the average cost? 24 rupees is the average cost per bag. 24 rupees is going to be the cost of each bag. That is the average cost. Okay. Then they sold this material in the town, in the market, and they earned equivalent to their total cost. So they made average cost equal to average revenue. In that way, the first batch is happy. See, when they are using only first A grade land, there is no rent to this one because there is no surplus yet. This is all the theory of who? David Ricardo. Under his name, this theory is called as the Recordian Theory of Rent. So the first batch sold their each bag at 24 rupees. That is the average revenue. They made that average revenue equal to average cost. How they calculated the average cost? Total cost divided by total quantity. 6,000 divided by 250, 24 rupees per each bag. Then they sold it in the market. Next, another batch of people went to the same new invented land. Now, the A grade lands have been occupied by the first batch. First batch occupied A grade lands. This is A grade land. Now it is not available for the second batch. So what the second batch did? They occupied B grade lands. This is the second batch. They occupied B grade lands. So as it is, you know, A grade lands productivity will be more than B grade lands. Or rather, B grade land output is less than A grade lands. So here you can see, first batch always takes their own advantage of taking the A grade lands near to the river system. Our second batch took the B grade lands, which is a little bit far away from the river, and they also started cultivation. They both are doing the cultivation. End of the season, A grade land people got 6,000 rupees expenditure and 250 bags of output. And B batch, second batch on B grade lands, expenditure is going to be the same. B grade expenditure is same, 6,000. But how many bags did they produce? 200 bags. How many? 200 bags. Why? First batch produced 250. Second batch produced only 200, because B grade land is away from the river system and with less fertility than A grade land. A grade land is A grade. Naturally output will be more. B grade is B grade. Output will be less. Here we can see the difference. So the first batch is the luckiest batch. They got the A grade land. Same expenditure. But A grade land people produced 250 bags, B grade land people produced with the same expenditure only 200 bags. Now they also want to make their selling price average revenue equal to average cost. So they divided total cost 6,000 rupees by total quantity 200 bags, and they got 30 rupees average cost. TC by Q, TC by Q. Total cost by total quantity. What? Average cost 30 rupees. Now they started selling their product at the price of 30 rupees. Automatically A grade land people, the first batch also, start selling to 250 bags with the same price 30 rupees. Now they started getting the profit. This is the additional profit. This is the surplus, differential surplus. Before B grade land is not used, there is no differential surplus to the A grade land owners or first batch. But when the second batch started cultivation on the B grade lands, there is a surplus, differential surplus occurred to the A grade lands. Now there is a rent to the A grade land. How much rent? That is, difference is 50 bags. Difference is 6 rupees. 5 6 are. It is going to be that differential amount going to be the rent of A grade land. You got it? So 300 rupees is going to be the rent of A grade lands at this situation. Okay, because 6 rupees, only the difference is 6 rupees, and bags are 50, 6 5s are. In that way they get additional in the physical quantities 50 bags, additional 50 bags in physical quantity is the differential surplus, becomes the rent of A grade land, and B grade lands doesn't have any rent. Now you got it. B grade land does not have any rent because till now C grade is not used yet. Only A grade and B grade are using. Differential surplus is happening only on A grade. So A grade will have the rent. B grade do not have any rent. Okay. Now they sold their products in the market. Now a third batch went to the same new invented area and they occupied the land which is C grade, which is away from the river system. They started cultivation. Third batch also started cultivation. Second batch also doing their cultivation. First batch also doing their cultivation. And according to David Ricardo, land have indestructible powers, more fertile than the B and C. B is less fertile than the A grade land, but more fertile than the C grade land. C grade land is less fertile than A as well as B. Okay, they also started cultivation. On C grade land also, expenditure is same, 6,000 rupees, cost is same, but output is for A grade land again 250 bags, B grade land 200 bags, C grade land only 150 bags. The output is how much? 150 bags. Now they have to sell their product in the market. They cannot sell at 30 rupees. If they sell it 30 rupees, they will get into losses. To avoid the losses, what they have to do? They have to divide the total cost with total output. That total output called as quantity. Okay now? So now we will see 6,000 divided by 150. 6,000 divided by 250 at the beginning. 6,000 divided by 200 just before this. Now 6,000 is divided by 150. What will be the result? Average cost is 40 rupees. Then average cost is going to be the equivalent to average revenue and price. Now the C grade land owners or third batch started selling their product at 40 rupees each bag. So they will be equalizing their cost and revenue. Now these people also started selling at the same price, 40 rupees. Because they don't want to get into losses. Now see, differential surplus is occurring on B grade land also. Before C grade land entering into cultivation, there is no differential surplus on B grade land. There was only on A grade lands differential surplus 50 rupees. This time 50 bags. This time on C grade lands, B grade land is also having the differential surplus of 50 bags and A grade land is having 100 bags over C grade land owners. This differential surplus becomes the rent. If any new person comes to this land, if that new person want to take only is this land, A grade land, so they have to pay this 100 bags as rent to the first batch owners. If someone new person comes to the new invented land, if he takes this B grade land from the second batch on lease, he has to pay 50 bags as the differential amount surplus. What is the differential surplus? 50 bags from C to B. That 50 bags will become rent of second batch owners, and C grade land doesn't have any differential surplus. Now you got it. We will see this in this table. Same explanation which I shown you here and here we are going to see here. Land grades are 3, A, B, C. A, B, C. First batch, second batch, third batch. First batch cost is same, second batch same, third batch same, cost is same, 6,000. But output bags due to the fertility qualities, for A grade 250 bags, for B grade 200 bags, C grade 150 bags. Now we will see the differential surplus of rent, how the rent has to be paid, how this differential surplus is going to play the roll. Now you got it? Now let us see. Rent of surplus in bags and in money. In financial terms and in physical terms. In physical terms it is bags. This is differential surplus in the bags. Differential surplus in money. See, at what price they are selling? 40 rupees. They are fixed with 40 rupees. Now see, 100 bags multiplied by 40 rupees. 4000 rupees is the surplus, differential surplus. If someone want to take the rent of A grade land, they have to pay either 100 bags of physical quantity to the owner of this A grade land or 4000 rupees as rent to the A grade land owner, the first batch person. If someone want to take on lease B grade land from second batch owner, he has to pay either physical quantity 50 bags or in financial terms, in the money terms, 2000 rupees as rent to the second batch B grade land owners. This differential surplus will become the rent according to the Ricardo, David Ricardo. On his name we call this the Recordian theory of rent. Okay, we will see the same thing in the graph. Graphically we are going to watch the same thing. Okay, now let me explain you this in detail. See, by this point we will say it is 150 bags. Everyone is getting 150 bags. Physical terms. Okay, and this can be shown as the money 6000 rupees. In bags, 150 bags. A grade is also getting, B grade is also getting, C grade is also getting 150 bags and 6000 rupees. That is the total cost. What B grade lands are getting? Additionally 200 bags. In cash terms, 8000 rupees. See, 2000 rupees. Additionally, it is getting more than C grade land owners. This is the differential amount. C grade person is getting 6000 rupees. B grade landowner is getting 8000 rupees. This 2000 difference is the differential surplus, will turn to rent of B grade lands. The B grade land rent is either 50 bags or 2000 rupees. 50 bags multiplied by 40 rupees, that is 2000 rupees. This is going to be the differential surplus, turns into the rent. If someone want to take A grade land, okay, A grade lands, then what is the physical quantity? 250 bags, right? And in financial term, money terms, it is 10,000 rupees. So if someone want to take the land of C grade landowners, there is no rent because it is not having any surplus, differential surplus. If someone want to take B grade land, he has to pay this differential amount of 2000 rupees or 50 bags. 50 bags or 2000 rupees. Here 100 bags or 4000 rupees. This is the differential surplus. 100 bags or 4000 rupees. 50 bags, 2000 rupees. This will turn into the rent. This is the theory of David Ricardo. So a new batch went to the new invented land, that is the first batch. A grade land they cultivated. The expenditure is, total expenditure is 6000. Total output is 250 bags and they sold it at 24 rupees. At that stage there is no rent on the A grade land. Next, B grade land, second batch went to the B grade land and they started cultivation. Expenditure is same but output decreased to 200 bags. Rent price is 30 rupees. Now they started selling their each bag for 30 rupees. Here the differential amount surmised did come out. Those 50 bags are going to be the differential surplus that becomes the rent of A grade land. There is no rent for the B grade land at that stage. Next, third batch went to the same invented land and they started cultivation of C grade land. C grade land expenditure is same 6,000 rupees, but output is only 150 bags. Now you can see the differential surplus for B grade land is 50 bags, for A grade land is 100 bags. And the C grade land people started selling at the price of 40 rupees. Then automatically price fixed at 40 rupees. Everyone started their product at 40 rupees. Now differential surplus is C to B is 50 bags, C to A is 100 bags. That we are showing here. Land grades ABC, cost same 6,000, output for A 250, for B grade 200, for C grade 150, differential surplus in physical quantities for B grade 50 bags, for A grade 100 bags. When you multiply this 100 with 40 rupees, in money terms, surplus 4,000 is on A grade, 50 multiplied by 40 rupees, 2,000 rupees is money surplus on B grade. This will become the rent. Either the person have to pay in physical terms 100 bags to A grade land, 50 bags to B grade land, or the other person has to pay 4,000 rupees to A grade landowner and 2,000 rupees to B grade landowner. There is no surplus on the C grade, so there is no rent to the C grade lands. That is shown on the graph. A, B, C. The total cost is 6,000 rupees. Total earning is 6,000 rupees. C grade people, only 6,000 rupees they are earning. They don't have any differential surplus. What is the differential surplus of B grade land? 50 physical bags or 2,000 rupees. 2,000 and 8,000. 2,000 is differential surplus. For A grade landowners, 100 bags physically or 4,000 rupees money terms. This is the differential surplus, and this differential surplus will fix the rent of the land. This is being explained by David Ricardo. And tomorrow we will discuss the assumptions of this theory and criticism on this theory, and we also see contract rent and economic rent tomorrow. For today, this is the ending of the Recordian theory of rent. I hope you did understand clearly.